Welcome back to the Productive Solopreneur series. In the last video, we went over why systems are more important than goals. We talked about the problem with goals, the power of system, and what's wrong with goals, and how systems can help solopreneurs more now than ever. In this video, we are going to move closer to productivity with key number 2, and that is early risers get it done. Early risers get it done. There is nothing quite like the peaceful calm of the early morning hours. And the fact is, rising early is one of the key things that most successful entrepreneurs do. The early morning hours are one of the best times to tackle the most important tasks. Rising early allows you to accomplish great things before most of the world has even woken up. This mind over mattress thinking has been around for a really long time. You may even be familiar with the Benjamin Franklin quote, "Early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise." There are numerous successful entrepreneurs who are early risers. Apple CEO Tim Cook gets up as early as 3:45 a.m. Michelle Gass, CEO of Kohl's department stores, gets up at 4:30 a.m. to go running. Former PepsiCo CEO Indra Nooyi rises at 4 a.m. and is in the office by 7. In 2012, she told Fortune, "They say sleep is a gift that God gives you. That's one gift I was never given." Twitter co-founder Jack Dorsey wakes up at 5:30 a.m. to meditate and go for a 6-mile jog. Starbucks CEO Howard Schultz is up at 4 a.m. and is in the office by 6. Richard Branson, a business entrepreneur behind the Virgin Group of companies, rises at 5:45 a.m. for an early morning workout and breakfast. And there are so many more examples of these early bird business machines. What makes these early risers successful, and how do you become an early riser? Let's look at what the science says. You may be wondering if this old adage is actually true. Do early risers really live happier, more productive lives? Well, here's what the researchers have to say about it. Night owls are more prone to negative thought patterns. In 2014, the Department of Psychology at Bingham University completed a study that included 100 undergraduate students. Their study found that both people who get less sleep and those who delay sleep are prone to repetitive negative thinking. This is also known as RNT. Now, RNT is a transdiagnostic disorder that can be observed in other disorders such as depression and anxiety. It is correlated with high levels of worry and negative thought patterns. Early risers increase their chance of success. In 2010, Harvard Business Review released a study by biologist Christoph Randler about early risers. 367 university students participated in the study, and they were asked what times of day they were most energetic. They were also asked how willing and able they would be to take action or change a situation to their advantage. Randler reported a high percentage of the morning people agreed with the statement that indicated proactivities, such as, "I spend time identifying long-range goals for myself and feel in charge of making things happen." He went on to say, "My early research showed that they tend to get better grades in school, which gets them into better colleges, which then can lead to better job opportunities. Morning people also anticipated problems and tried to minimize them. My survey showed." They're proactive. A number of studies have linked this trait, proactivity, with better job performance, greater career success, and even higher wages. A similar study conducted in 2008 by Kendra Clay at the University of North Texas. The study focused on 824 undergraduate students who were enrolled in psychology classes at the university. They were asked questions about their sleep habits and their daytime functioning. The study found that students who preferred the morning had a higher GPA than those who preferred the evening with lower GPAs. Both of these studies had the same conclusion. Early risers have a higher chance of success. So let's look at 7 ways to become an early riser. Rising early might sound like a really good plan, but it's not always as easy as it sounds. Thankfully, there are many things that you can do to jumpstart the day and ditch the bed. Tip number 1, get to bed earlier. One of the easiest ways to get yourself out of bed in the morning is to go to bed earlier at night. When I was in the Army, waking up at the butt crack of dawn every morning, you can bet I was in bed early. Otherwise, I would have been miserable. And we won't talk about the jet lag I first got when I got to my first duty station in Germany. I always thought I was more productive at night, but that really wasn't the case. Late hours might feel like a great time to be productive, but the truth is, your work is more likely to get sloppy, you have a limited threshold for productivity, and your progress can be stalled. Instead, change it up. Do most of your productive work during the daytime hours and leave the evening for rest, relaxation, and time with your friends and your family. Some people like staying up late and sleeping in late, but this sleep pattern can be totally modified. Think of every time the clocks change. Many of us are forced to adapt to daylight savings time. Try going to bed 30 minutes earlier and then get up 30 minutes earlier to start the process. Tip number 2, turn your screens off. We live in a world of screens and computers, smartphones, tablets, and TVs. We are surrounded by screens. And while all these tools can be super helpful for business, they can also affect your sleep. The National Sleep Foundation says that technology in screens can affect our sleep in 3 big ways. First, screens and blue light suppress melatonin, the hormone that controls your sleep-wake cycles. They keep your brain active. By keeping your mind engaged with television or work, you're telling your brain that it's time to stay awake. Also, your alerts can wake you up at night. If you keep your phone next to your bed, the sound of emails, texts, and notifications, even if they are just on vibrate, can disturb your sleep. To prevent technology from disrupting your precious sleep, turn it off. Or better, put it away for a few hours before you go to bed. This will help your mind unwind and get you ready for sleep. While many people use their phones as an alarm clock, this creates a huge temptation to check social media or try to fit in a few more minutes of work late at night. Just do yourself a favor. Go buy an alarm clock. Charge your cell phone in another room and get rid of all your nighttime distractions. Strategy number 3, create a better sleep routine. Creating a consistent sleep routine is what pediatricians recommend for parents that desperately want their kiddos to sleep at night. However, this is not just for little ones. A sleep routine is a great way for anyone to get the sleep they need. If possible, choose the same time to go to bed and to wake up every day, weekends too. Your body will naturally adjust to the schedule, and you'll find that eventually you won't even need an alarm clock to wake up. Crazy, but Sean and I are both that way, and I never ever thought I would be able to get up without an alarm. We just have a really good sleep routine. The National Sleep Foundation suggests that you find a relaxing routine away from bright lights, avoid activities that cause stress or excitement, and if you need something to occupy your thoughts before bed, try reading instead of watching TV. Reading is known for reducing stress and helping you kickstart a good night's sleep. According to a study by the cognitive neuropsychologist Dr. David Lewis, reading can reduce stress by more than 65%. And you know we could all use a little stress reduction. Other things you can do include winding down your nighttime routine are taking a warm bath, a warm non-caffeinated drink, meditation or prayer, breathing exercises, or even using an app like Calm, which helps you wind down each night. You can also journal how to spend your evening time and your quality of sleep, noting what you do each evening and how it affects your sleep. I found that if I work after 7 p.m., I sleep awful. My mind races. I try to solve all these work-related issues. I come up with these great plans. I have such a difficult time getting to sleep if I work late. I am better off if I just cut it off and start fresh the next day. And it really took me a while to even realize that putting in those extra couple hours was turning me into a zombie the next day. Strategy number 4, get moving. Getting a good night's rest can be as simple as putting in some good exercise during the day. Intense exercise is best for a good night's rest, but any level of activity is helpful. Exercise has been found to increase time spent in deep sleep, improve the quality of your sleep, and it can help you even sleep longer. In addition, physical activity is known to reduce stress and anxiety, 2 things that can really affect your ability to fall and stay asleep. Strategy number 5, keep your alarm at a distance. If your main issue is simply waking up in the morning, set your alarm far out of reach. If you can't get your fingers on the snooze button, this will force you to completely get out of bed. And once you're up, don't let yourself crawl back under the covers. Strategy number 6, a little cold water. If you're extra sleepy in the morning, you can always try splashing cold water on your face or even jumping in a cold shower. Even if it's super brief, the cold water will help energize you and snap you into awake mode. Strategy number 7, give yourself a reason to wake up. Thinking of a good reason to get out of bed in the morning might be your best motivator for an early rising. I can tell you what mine is. All night I think about getting up for coffee in the morning. Choose something that will be effective every single day. Knowing that you'll be more productive early in the morning may just be enough to get yourself out of a warm bed. If not, maybe the thought of a hot cup of coffee or a tasty breakfast might be your reason for leaving the cozy covers. Works for me. In the next video in the series, we'll dive into productivity key number 3, destroy your distractions.